Hi there, Virgo. Okay. And let's see what's going on. Okay, so we have the lovers. This has popped up a couple times for the other readings. Um, so I really see the lovers. If you look, this angel has this light around her head, which symbolizes enlightenment. And the lovers is really a card about commitment and choice. And I always use the example. I mean, it's one thing to stand up in front of your friends and family at your wedding and say I do. But um, the way you honor your commitments is by the little choices you make every day, all day long, and whether you're honoring um, your commitments by the choices that you make every day, all day long. So if you say, for example, my children are the most important things in my life, but then every weekend, all day, when you have time to spend with them, are you just on your computer? Are you actually doing anything with them? If you say your kids are the most important and you go off on trips with your buddies, but you never take them to Disneyland, where's what is that message you're sending? Is what you say and are your words and your actions the same? So really looking at, or other people in your life, are they honoring, if they say you're the most important thing in your life, but they're always with their friends or doing whatever their hobby is and they don't make time for you, well, it's always good to look at people's actions over what they say. And that could be some of the conflict, that someone is just not living up to their commitments. Their actions and their words are not joined. Wow. So then we have the Two of Cups. So I do think that for some of you, this is going to be around a romantic relationship. How are your romantic relationships? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any relationships. But the Two of Cups does point towards a romantic relationship. But how is the give and take going in your relationship? Is it what it should be? Do you feel like you're doing all the giving, or are you doing all the taking? Are what you say, are your words and actions the same? Do they match? Oh, and the Three of Cups. This is a pretty specific reading, and it's not. I'll try to make it broad and general so it can have meaning for more people, but I am getting a pretty specific message that for a few people, and this is going to be a small minority, that potentially there are three people in a relationship, which is one too many as far as I'm concerned. And that's where this commitment issue and the Five of Swords is coming up. Or someone's being jealous. But I sort of think that, again, this is very specific for a few of you out there. You really, and honestly, I know people, if someone's, flirting or going out a lot or has struck up sort of a pretty friendly friendship with someone of the opposite sex that's like emotionally cheating. But try not to focus on that person, because I guess I would examine yourself and the people that you have relationships in your life and really look at whose actions and words match. And if they don't, that's sort of a signal or a red flag that maybe that friendship or that romance or that work partnership isn't really working out or isn't right. You deserve to be in a partnership regardless of what type of partnership it is, with someone who honors what they say they're going to do, honors their commitment. If you have a contract, whether it's a marriage contract, a business contract, or whatever, if the person's not honoring that, well, then you know you need to do something about it. And, holding people accountable. However, at the same time, I can see this as a very positive reading as well. I can see, this underlying conflict may have been going on, and maybe you guys had to go to counseling or have a really strong heart to heart and say, you know what, hey, where are neither of us? Maybe neither of us have been doing a good job about honoring our commitments, and we want to get back to here. Right? And maybe in order to do that, we need to stop looking outside of the relationship, and get back to here. So I don't see this as necessarily a lost cause. It's sort of, I see it more as a wake-up call. So if there has been some conflicts in some areas of your life, maybe it's really a good opportunity to really look at this Lover's card and really examine where both people, both partners, anyone involved in the relationship can step up their game, kind of acknowledge, you know what, I didn't really think about it, but when I write it down on paper, I have been spending more time doing this or seeing this person than I have been with you, and I didn't even really realize it. Or, you know what I mean? And then you can sort of make some decisions about, or come to some understandings about moving forward to get back to this place. And I don't see the 5 of Cups. I don't see the 8 of Cups. I don't see the Tower card. I don't see the 10 of Swords. So I really don't think all is lost at all. But I think perhaps some of you have sort of gotten too comfortable. Intimacy is wonderful, but it can also make you lazy or take people for granted. So it may be a nice month to sort of, even if things aren't bad, maybe if there's just been, this 5 of Swords can just be some bickering. Now, so, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we should just talk about this. Like, why are we bickering a little more than usual? Are we doing a good job? Should we sort of recommit to each other and make some plans and agreements and, really open up communication to try to make things more solid and get back to this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.